All right. We're back, Mustangs fans. This is Pony Hoops Insight. I'm Jeray Foster. Got Nick Moore here, Sean Williams. Appreciate y'all being here.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Yes, sir. Happy holidays, man.
Happy holidays. Happy holidays. Yeah, we're here. It's been a little bit since we've been on. We kind of just want to bring some more information, some more insight, not only around basketball. We just want to show love to the holidays and just bring back conversation, continue to talk about SMU basketball over the last week and a half, and really just connect with everybody as we go into this next stretch of December, getting ready for the new year. So, Mustang fans, we're thankful for you. We're thankful for the team, Coach Enfield, and what he's doing for our players, and the whole support staff around athletics. So, yeah, we're going to get right into it, man. I'm going to really start us off with some background knowledge over the past few games. We've had 3 games since the Prairie View A&M. First, it was a loss. SMU lost to Mississippi State here at home at Moody. We'll break that down in a second. And then they followed that up with the win against California Baptist University in the Acrisure tournament out in California, so at Palm Springs. So after that, they followed up with the championship win against Washington State. We'll break all 3 of those games down. But is there anything y'all want to say? Y'all want to kind of give some words to the people real quick?
First thing, basketball-wise, I think this team, watching them play, I think they have a lot of talent. So talent is not the issue. I think right now as a fan and as a coach, I'm just watching them growing, getting them to see and understand how to win. So I think the next step for our basketball team is once they figure it out and come together and grow, I think conference play will be really exciting to see because I think that the talent is there. So as a coach, that's the first thing you look for because if you ain't got the talent, hell, none of this matters. But at least they have the first step. Now it's just trying to get it to gel together.
And goes off to see the last 3 games too, to see the scoring coming from Boopy, BJ, Kwandu. You could how you say it? Ukatolo.
Yeah, Ukatolo.
Okay, that's a hard one for me.
You know what I'm saying?
But to see that spread, that just goes to show proof for these last 3 games. They trying to figure it out, and now we're going to see who's going to fill those shoes when it comes down to crunch time. Who's going to take those big shots?
Mm-hmm. No, that's real. And just the fact that we are playing these big time teams and we're able to compete at a high level, not even being in ACC play yet. We're still in non-conference play, but to have these opportunities to go to these tournaments, have these early battles and early tests against these teams, it gels everything. And I appreciate Coach Enfield for being very structured and very intentional about creating a schedule to give us balance and also give us development. I really think, looking into the games, not really to talk about too much with Mississippi State. We played a really, really good first half, went into the half ahead, really playing for each other defensively, offensively. Any game like that, we've all been in big games where you have high-level teams, high-level players like Hubbard coming in, point guard, that likes to shoot. We lost it in the second half. So that zeal, that get after, and that drive to continue to play for each other, I guess we just lost it a little bit. Do y'all have any follow-ups of just like what it takes to continue to put the foot down on the team? You know what I'm saying? When it comes to trying to come out on a win at home.
I mean, it just takes 40 minutes of effort, Basketball game runs, it's a roller coaster up and down. But when it's getting down to that crunch time, that winning time, pulling together and making sure that every possession counts as far as defense for 30 seconds, cleaning up the glass. And I think that's kind of where we lost it at, giving up too many offensive rebounds. But that's just a minor thing that we can fix going into the ACC. So I think Coach Enfield will have something for that. And I think the bigs will respond coming back.
I agree with that. I think it's difficult now for me being around college basketball a long time. The landscape has changed so much. So like a lot of teams are built over a year, 2 years, and 3 years, and to have a totally damn near a whole new team and trying to figure out how to win, who's
Man,
going to play what role. I think right now they're in that stage of figuring out who's going to be the closer, who's going to be the guy that takes the big shot, who's going to be the guy to star in this role, to star in that role. So I think playing against teams like Mississippi State, Washington, those are Eastern Washington, those are good games to kind of see a barometer to see who's going to do what. And I think next week when we play Virginia, I think us playing those guys will show a lot.
yo, oh, that's clean and cut. Like we said, 84-79 loss to Mississippi State, and they got right to it. Got on the road to Palm Springs and had a test against California Baptist. Came out with a win, 79-77. Just to give some quick stats for the game, Boopy and Chuck always talk about the tandem of those two guys coming together and being able to play off of each other, keep the pace of the game and the flow of the game. They combined for 20 points, and we'll get to the point of how they can expand off that. BJ Edwards and Oquendo, they both came through playing their roles, very solid. BJ
games
back on the board, so just seeing his consistency and his resilience is great. And then Igutolu, just his presence in the paint creates so much attention that there are driving lanes for Boopy, Chuck to create and also get to our shooters. So to be on the other side of it, California Baptist shot 52.9% from three, and that is prevalent because in the second half there was a 7-minute stretch where we were up 14 in the second half around the 16-minute mark and kind of lost it like on a 9-0 run by California Baptist, and that's what made it a game. So Sean, what do you think, how much does that 3-point defense, how much does that effort, obviously it was a claw, but how much does that effort play to get out to shooters or just to shut a team down? And obviously it's game of runs, but how do you think of that? How do you play that perspective as a player perspective?
Man, for me, I'm old school. There's no way that you can expect to give up 77-79, give up dang near 80 points and expect to be a ACC caliber, championship caliber team. So I think getting back to the basics, understanding the scouting report, understand who does what. Some games teams are just gonna shoot good. It is what it is, but it can't be a consistent thing. Like if we 52% is too much, that's high. That's high. Sometimes it is their night, but we have to do everything in our power in the future if we give it up one game, the next 2 games or the next 3 games, that can't happen. And I kind of always live on the motto 3 stops. Let's try 3 stops.
Yeah, 3 stops.
3 stops in a row and go from there. But
now,
man,
that
game, I don't necessarily know the mindset going into the game, but that one was kind of discouraging because 80 points is a lot to give up to Cal Baptist. Not saying Cal Baptist isn't a great team, but to let them still not let them. But for them to shoot 52% and give up almost 80 points, that's tough.
I just see this as a trap game, one of those that we talking about in earlier episodes. But as far as 3-point shooting, yeah, they did shoot the ball good. But one thing that I noticed that sticks out to me is trading buckets and them allowing them to have 40 points in the paint. Obviously we were the bigger team and whatnot, but I think it's just all on that side because we're starting to see guys having great games, people stepping up on the offensive side. I just think we need to take care of our defensive paint,
Yeah.
I always take something that Coach Jank, Coach Brown always used to say, and basically if they hitting all them threes, they gonna beat the Lakers tonight. He always used to say that, but it's like I rather defend our paint and not let nobody in our house.
Yep.
So that's one thing that sticks out to me. But they're finding their niche, man. They're gonna do great. You can't stress out about these first couple games because they're just getting the feel for everybody.
Mm-hmm. No, and I love the perspective of both of y'all's insight. I think that's going to help this podcast, going to help the fans really understand that. From my perspective, I'm like, man, the 3-point line. You hear Nick, and it's like protect the paint, and then Sean, just going back to the old school, to the basics, and just playing hard and just making sure you get things done and getting back to the basics. So having each one of these perspectives brings this podcast and brings this insight totally outside of the team and lets you know that there are many different perspectives to the game and there's many different ways to win. But if you put them all together, that's how you become a great team, putting all those perspectives together. So Win, we get by. Shout out Boopy Miller.
Yeah.
Hitting the game-winning shot, stepping up, countdown, 8 seconds, coming down, hitting a tough floater in the paint. That's just poise. And I think he works hard. I believe, and I know I've seen him in the gym late nights, just making sure he's tightened up. And I knew he had that personality. So shout out to him getting that win. Big shot. So headed to the championship against Washington State. We came out with the win, just put it out to 77-60. Boopy, BJ, and Chuck all combined for 43 points. That's huge. Kept the team at 60 points. To Sean's point, just really can't give up that many points. And the effort came in the second half. The drive, the want-to, the mindset. Do y'all have any thoughts on like how it can flip back in your favor? Because it was a nail biter in the first half, but what does it take to really come out in the second half and decide you want to win and decide you want to take the game?
Man, I think the more you play together, the better the chemistry becomes, and just to see like the second half, I think that's what game 6 or 7, and to see them finally come together and put their foot on the pedal, and finally decide we're gonna guard, finally decide we're gonna take everything serious. Not saying they wasn't previously, but to see it all come together was good, because that's a good win. That's a good win that can stretch and can build to 3 or 4 more wins. So I was really proud of that second half of the guys coming together and doing that.
Especially leading in conference play, but them outscoring them 50-29. That's like Sean said, man, just accepting it and taking that pride on the defensive end. But you guys know too, man, just staying true to your philosophy. We had those games that we battled, that we knew that we were better than the team first half, right? And we go to the locker room, what we talk about, staying true to the keys of the game, and then all of a sudden you see that team not be able to keep up in that second half, and you just keep going and going, and all of a sudden you see we up by 20. I would like to see if there was a stat to see how many times they did get 3 stops in a row in that second half,
No, that sheet, and I'm sure they do have a person on the bench taking note of that, because that is a big factor defensively, and a great strategy to keep your players having a specific goal on the floor outside of their individual performance. It gives a team an opportunity and 5 guys on the floor to come together for one goal. Let's get 3 stops. And then the communication after you get 1 stop, all right, 2 more, just to keep reminding. So, that effort, that feel, got them an opportunity to win a championship out there. The rebound effort, knocking down free throws, just well-rounded in the second half. So shout out to Coach Infield and the team for making that happen, bringing that championship back home. Got another trophy to add to the trophy case, and continue to celebrate for these guys. So with that, that's our 3-game stretch over the past week. Wins against California Baptist and Washington State in the Acrisure tournament, and then lost to Mississippi State about a week and a half ago. But really excited for this team, and really looking forward to the next couple games that we have coming this week. We have Alabama State coming in, and then this weekend we'll be going against Virginia at home at Moody. So both games will be at Moody, just to look forward at the Alabama State game. For me, it's never really been about other teams. Even when we played, I think just the motto that Coach Brown had, just play for your brothers and playing the right way. I just love I love the rule and just the brotherhood of when somebody passes you the ball and you score, you always show love.
Oh, yeah.
And so like those little inner cues, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Those little inner cues, that's going to keep the culture going. And now that we're back home, guys are off the road, let's boom Moody back up, and let's get everything back going to prep for ACC play. But yeah, Alabama State, I think we're coming off a big win, and I think these guys are going to be ready to go. Y'all got anything to talk about or preview?
And this win has to be a dominant win. This has to be a win, and Alabama State is going to come ready to play. Yep. Not saying they're a bad team, but going into conference play, there has to be a game where it's a dominant win. We sink in every facet, and we know that we are getting ready for Virginia. Like this game is to prepare us and get us ready for Virginia. So it shouldn't be a trap game because we getting ready for conference play. So this one, I hope and I expect this one should be. I'm not gonna give a number of points we're gonna win by, but it should be a dominant win. We should win in the first 4 minutes of the game, assert ourselves, and everybody know who's the better team. And everybody know what's gonna happen. So I'm hoping that's what happens in this game.
Yep. Stay true to what y'all doing. Stay true to yourselves. Go in that locker room and have a team meeting. You know what I mean? What we're gonna do, like Sean said, man, this needs to be a statement win going into conference, right? They need to blow them out, set their identities, and let's get it popping. Because we coming for everybody.
Yeah,
for everybody.
Yep. No, that's the realest. That's the realest. And like being able to play at this level and to be able to showcase your skills. I know these guys like are excited to actually be in an SMU uniform and to really understand that they're on a national level now. They're on a national scale. So not any game you can just pass by. You got the target on your back, especially not only the SMU but the ACC logo right there. That's just even more of a reason for a team to come in and play harder. But really excited, like you all said, just stay true to what they're doing and stay true to their coaches and just continue to just enjoy the process. So Virginia coming in on Saturday, but outside of basketball, man, I just want to spend some time and really just let's talk about like what's brewing in Dallas. Like what's brewing in Dallas, 3 miles north of downtown, just the whole campus of SMU athletics. This is a big week. The SMU volleyball team will be hosting an NCAA tournament game. So shout out to them. Shout out to the volleyball team. And I'm like excited because you saw how many games they won this year over ranked
big
teams.
Games. Big
games.
Did
y'all like support volleyball a lot when you?
Oh no, was it Nebraska? We beat early on in the season at home, and I got to see it and it was sold out in there. No, that was volleyball's been doing that thing.
Yeah.
I haven't made it to a game, but I've definitely been following on ESPN and stuff and seeing their success and their season that they've had. So congratulations, ladies. Also, soccer team, you know, I always keep up with them. Same thing. It's kind of hard making to the game with my schedule, but always supporting all the sports and not only, you know what I mean, make it to these tournaments, but being ranked in the nation, representing for the school and for the city. So, I mean, Dallas has a big part in that, but SMU plays a huge part in all the success for academics and athletics.
Now, I will be Saturday. I will be at the ACC championship game. Me and my wife bought our tickets. So anybody that's going, reach out to me. We can have a beer. You call me, you reach out to me. We'll go have a beer before the game.
Man, that's love. Yep. No, so it's brewing up there, man. I don't even know how to put it because just when we're in school, just the success and just everything that we were doing and everything that we were part of playing, you get so submerged in your own sport.
Yep.
And when you talk about just like the intercollegiate like space, how can we continue to like create diversity and just like equity and inclusion and just like making sure that everybody knows about each other, everybody knows about each other's successes, downfalls, just those many things. But SMU's doing a good job, and just like the conversations in Dallas and just the city of Dallas does a good job of supporting the athletes and just mending this all together to make it an experience and not just entertainment. So I'm really excited for what it can be, what the athletics can turn into, SMU basketball, and what Coach Enfield is coming here to do. And yeah, I think we just keep doing our thing, man, and keep showing love from an alumni perspective, and see where everything takes us.
No, it's our turn to
sports. It's exciting, man. It's and you guys know me. I'm a big shit talker. So anytime I can go to a game and be a fan and rep the Dallas Cowboys, I rep SMU football, I rep SMU basketball. When I'm at work, I'm arguing in the office who got the best college basketball team, best football, track, whatever. So it's real cool now to see it taking off because we know it wasn't always like that. Where the school is at now, you know, Nick, you remember in the old Moody when it was like 12 people.
Yeah.
12 people
in
the
game.
Hear
everybody
going to a football game when it was seemed like 200 people there. So, I'm really excited, man, and I couldn't be more proud of my university.
Man,
Yep.
shout out to all the students too, and
Right.
and the community for going to support all these sports that are, you know what I mean, putting in their sweat and their tears to perform for you guys and give you guys great showings. But man, it's just exciting, bro, and especially to be an outsider, you know what I mean, being from Indiana, but to see all these sports having this success, bro, it's just eye-opening. It's surreal, to be honest with you, to have a university doing this well in every sport across the board.
Right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, man, that's real talk. Like outside of that, man, I kind of want to let me bring this in a little bit. Let's see how this looks. All right. Shoot, I want to talk about our experience a little bit. Let's give the fans a little bit of our experience. Let's talk about maybe like an experience with SMU basketball, the brotherhood, the culture that you remember specific in your career time that you feel like the fans would want to hear something maybe. But coach, it just depends. It can be pulled from your archive, just to give people a insight on our experience being in Moody, spending hours and hours in Crum on campus. Y'all got anything for the fans that's a good story for them?
Man, a funny story I got when I was a GA. So one of my jobs as a GA was to go take Larry Brown's clothes to the cleaners. That was one of my jobs, so I had to go. And at the time, you know, I'm broke, man. I had like a 2000 Cadillac DeVille, and I was embarrassed because sometimes it overheated and shut down. And so he's like, John, go to the cleaners. It's like, all right, coach. And I said, so what, you know, I ain't got my car, but my car was in the garage. But I was like, coach, I ain't got my car today. I ain't gonna be able to make it because I was scared it was gonna shut down. And he threw me the keys to the i8 BMW. So I got to drive. It was 2014. I got to drive 2014 i8 BMW.
You went more than the cleaners.
I didn't know how to start it. Had to push start. So I was sitting in the car for like 40 minutes trying to figure out how to start the car. And I remember that was like, dang, man, I'm really in this $100,000 car.
On me. Yeah. That's the life, though. You already know.
Yeah.
That's the life. Nick, you got something?
Man, one of my things that I always preach to my kids now at the high school, you know what I mean, is playing for each other. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I don't have too many stories, Sean. He's the funny man. He remembers everything, right? But it's just far as playing, I always think about y'all a lot, man. And I always say that. And I just want people to know like how much that I really do appreciate the teammates that I had. Two memories that stick out to me a lot that I don't really talk about as much or people don't ask me about is the first time that I won Player of the Year. I remember being up in the stadium watching to see the selection Sunday, right? And I had my little speech before. And I remember, you know what I mean, thanking God, thanking my parents and stuff, but then basically thanking everybody that had the same warm up as me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I just wish more players would play for each other and not all this media stuff. There's just so many more like distractions in the game, I feel like, you know. And then another thing that I loved is when we played at Eastern Carolina, and I think I had like a career high 14 assists, right? And I think I had 2 points. Mm-hmm. And like that was probably one of my all-time favorite games, just to like know that I had an influence on the game without scoring and to see like how happy my teammates were because they was getting their shine on too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I think of stories like that as far as like that I just keep in my head and that I hold on to. But like when people always ask me, man, it's all about y'all.
Yeah.
Always.
No, we had a lot of fun, man. It was a lot of
fun. There's a lot of fun memories for sure. And I think just the balance of just like the fun, the relationships, and just what we learned in the experience is what it's about. For me, I just like y'all gonna have to come up with these stories, man.
No,
because
it's on the
when I tell y'all like my mindset when I was there playing basketball was to impress this man Larry Brown, and to be him on the court, bro. Like that was my all time. So think about like the sacrifices in my mindset that I had to hold to where like I didn't remember the funny stuff that was happening in the locker room. Right. You know what I'm saying? So like I like when people ask me, I'm like, man, I don't even know, because my focus was on something that was I wish people could really feel. I can't really explain it.
Oh, no, it was different for you that first year. Your first year, you went through a lot.
Yeah, man. It was just like this isn't real life, bro. I thought I was supposed to be playing basketball, having fun. Like
Yeah.
This was, you know what I mean?
This
But
what it's about.
now I love it on the aspect that I'm older. When I was in it, man, it was kind of hard to even picture like, why is this shit happening to me?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like, but it's a blessing at the same time. So you just
Now,
embrace
I got
it.
another funny one, man.
Yeah, tell me, man. I need to hear all
I
these.
got now, Nick. I don't know if I should tell this. I don't know if you
No,
remember this
tell
one,
him.
but it's not revolving you. So, we used to get our scholarship check, right? And I'm grown now, but back when we was in college, we were silly. So you remember we used to like to shoot dice, right?
Yeah.
And me and Keith Frazier, we was in the locker room. We was in the locker room, and we either in the locker room or out of town, and we was shooting. And our per diem check, and Keith didn't have any more money because I had to take all this money. So I was like, well, Keith, what you got? He was like, I got a lamp. I said,
Yep.
So he put his lamp up, and I took his lamp. And I remember taking his lamp home, and my wife at the time, she was my girlfriend at the time. I was like, man, we should get a fluorescent blue light and put it in this lamp. So I still got that lamp to this day.
He took the man's lamp.
Come up on the lamp.
No, I mean that dice got us all in trouble, bro. Yeah.
Don't shoot dice. Don't shoot dice.
No. That was fun though, man. But like, imagine our little stories, and then imagine like people in the league. You know what I mean? Like having fun, like bringing in they fun, and that's what you do, man. Like just the team chemistry and stuff, bonding all the time. You guys are always with each other. You might as well know the ins and outs about your teammates, man. That's how the bonds happen, and that's how your team elevates. You know,
still talking to this day, dog. I ain't played basketball in 10, 12 years, but we still them relationships we built. And I didn't even get to play with Dre, but I remember on his visits and seeing when we was recruiting them, and to this day we still got that bond. That's what's special about it.
Dre, you was with me on your visit?
Yeah, I was with you, and then JT was he held me down. So we moved around. It was love. I say, well, this is a whole different thing. And I was just telling Jim this day, I was like, man, look, the class of SMU, like when I was in high school, I tore my ACL after winning the state championship.
I remember that.
And then I didn't play my senior year. So I was actually committed to Rice. And I decommitted from Rice. And next thing you know, I get a call and they're talking about Larry Brown's coming down to come watch me practice. I'm like, I'm not even playing. So like, what's he coming to watch? You know what I'm saying? But just the class to show respect, to show love, to come fly down from Dallas, come have dinner with my family and I. And once I got to campus and I was able to meet y'all, man, I was like, it's a whole different thing. And just how y'all communicate, how y'all kind of spend time together, even the fun shit, like the fun, the whole perspective of SMU basketball. I think we came together. We were all on the same page, the same niche. And to come in with Cedric Bearfield and then Shake Milton, like it was the perfect class. You know what I'm saying? Had the old heads, and even have you, Sean, on the other side of it, to really just like give us that other support. But just the class of SMU, the coaches, LB, and to be able to come off of ACL out of high school and then play average almost 18, 20 minutes a game as a freshman, and to have that space, that confidence to come in, make plays, make mistakes, still get trusted. That was big for me, and that showed how this can carry on, not from only our generation, but beyond, because that's the culture of the basketball organization and program. So, but yeah, man, a lot of love, a lot of wins, and just continue to push the mission. We're still at.
Hey man, I got a question for y'all.
What you got?
What was y'all favorite meal that was catered to the locker room?
Man.
Talk to me.
Oh, Bubba's.
Bro, come on, bro.
Bubba's, the fried chicken from Bubba's.
That's you too?
Bubba's for sure.
What you got?
I'm taking off the bone, boy.
Off the bone.
Hey, and time out. Every time we knew that was coming, bro, you had to be the first one in the locker room.
Oh, yeah,
SB would have like 4 to-go boxes, bro. Like, bro, what you doing?
Sterling
I'm about to go eat all this.
SB out of there, though. Already got it plastic wrapped and everything.
They got an attitude. Always got an attitude.
Always. Like, bro, we haven't even ate yet. He be trying to fight us because we don't got no food.
But nah, I'm talking, man, like Buka.
Buka the Beckos, yes.
Buka, go crazy.
Yeah.
We got Maggiano's. We was eating, you know what I'm talking about?
What's the burger spot?
Burger House.
Burger House.
Yeah, and you always used to be like, I remember this. You always be like, man, you want Burger House or Burger Street? Like, you want a whole house full of burgers, or you want the whole street? Sean would ask that all the time. Every time we had Burger House, I do remember that. He'd be like, so which one better? I'd be like, Burger House. He'd be like, nah, man, Burger Street, man. You got a whole street full of burgers. That's just a damn house.
Yeah.
Bro, he used to go crazy. And them seasoned fries.
No,
top five, because top five, not 2, 3, 4, or 5 catering service. Shout out G Lynch.
Oh, G Lynch for sure.
G Lynch was out of
G Lynch was
30 minutes before making sure the food was good.
We was eating good with G Lynch. I don't know if we should have been eating that food, but hey.
Yeah, we probably should have been.
You know what I mean? But
G Lynch was the man on the food. Yeah.
That's real, man. But no, that's a fact, man. That's another great episode, man. Good talk. Got to talk hoops, talk SMU athletics. The big week we got this week up in Dallas. Just kind of talk a little bit, man, share some stories. We're thankful for the Mustang fans. Thankful for all the supporters of our current team, our coaches, of our history. We just continue to just gonna build it, man. In this Pony Hoops Insight podcast, man, we just here to show love and bring insight, obviously, bring education, bring experience, and also just connection. So, man, if y'all got some things to follow up and say before we get off, man, the floor is yours.
And one thing I will say, so I got an opportunity to talk to a future SMU Jermaine O'Neal senior. His son will be at SMU next year. And he said, give him a shot. We might get a chance to get him on the show. But I got to see his son played at my school, so I'm really excited to see what he's gonna bring next year. But cross our fingers, because we might get a chance to make that happen.
Yes, sir.
Just best of luck to all the teams playing this week.
Yup.
Right to everybody.
That's it, fellas. That's good. Another episode, Pony Hoops Insight, episode 3. Happy holidays. Happy Thanksgiving. Get ready for Christmas. Thank y'all. And we will be seeing y'all soon. Pony up.
Pony up.
Easy.
Thanks for